Well, good morning, good morning. It's 8 o'clock on Sunday. And I thought, well, I better make some of those biscuits. Now, y'all know I like to drove everybody crazy trying to figure out what was the best biscuit recipe in the world for me. Well, of course, I've figured out this is the best one I like, and so I put my half cup of warm water in here, and then I took my active dry yeast out of the freezer. This is about a year old, but if you keep some plastic wrap around the top, keep your lid on, and keep it in the freezer. Now that would be 1 package of active dry yeast for y'all, or it'd be 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast that I put there. I'll put my yeast back in the freezer. Billie Jean's mess kind of cleaned up here. So now we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes till it gets frothy. It'll start bubbling up. It'll start bubbling up. You'll know when it's ready. So in the meantime, I'm going to get my flour. So I'm going to use my Pioneer flour, all-purpose, and I'm going to put in 5 cups of flour into my big bowl. So I'm going to sift this 5 cups. Okay, we got 5 cups. I want to have a little catch today in it. That little thing gets bent in these old sifters. You have to take them out. I've had flour all over myself because of these. It'll pop up and boil all over you. They're good though. If they work, there's nothing better. Nothing better than these old flour sifters. See how that's sifted that down real good? Let me get this. Look here. It messes up everything. I can go out of here, and by the time I get back, there'll be too much stuff messed up. You just can't stand it. Anything being clean. So Billie Jean, Billie Jean. All right. So now we've got our flour. That'd be 5 cups of flour. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of our sugar. So let's get 3 tablespoons of our sugar. Now, I like a sweet biscuit. If you don't like a sweet biscuit, you don't have to put your sugar in there. But I like it. I think it gives it some, not bland. It don't make it bland. You know, the flavor is not at all bland. And to this, I'm going to use my aluminum-free baking powder. I like the aluminum-free. And when I use King Arthur flour, I buy that self-rising aluminum-free flour. So we want 3 teaspoons of this. Make sure you get those lumps, but we'll go ahead and stir it. Okay, there's 3. That's what lifts them to the heaven, is that baking powder. Now, I'm going to put a teaspoon of baking soda in there. Okay. And I better go ahead and put my salt in while I'm here. That's 2 teaspoons. Hold on. That's 2 teaspoons of salt. You want the sweet, you want the salty. So there's 2 teaspoons of salt. Now we'll get us let's get our, which size whisk do we want? Oh, we can use this one. That'll be fine. You want to mix that up good, because if you don't, that baking powder will get lumped up in there and you'll have bitter biscuits. Betty will have some bitter biscuits if you don't make sure that your baking powder is mixed in there good. So make sure you get that going in there and mixed up really good. That's all you want, is a good pan of biscuits and them to come out bitter. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cups of regular milk in here. Now, you used 2 cups of buttermilk, but I didn't have it. So we're going to make our own. We're going to make our own. How's that? It's 2 cups. We're going to make our own. 2 cups. Each cup you get a teaspoon of vinegar. Just plain old white vinegar. Some people use half teaspoon. I use teaspoon. There's 1. Little over 1. So let's do it. Barely little baby. Let's give it a little baby vinegar. Now we'll let that sit in that milk and let it froth up. That'll make you, where your recipe don't realize it's not getting any real buttermilk. Now we want a 3/4 cup of butter, and I didn't have a stick of butter, so I'm going to use my challenge, just my good butter out of this, and that'll be fine. It'll work. You want it kind of pieces, so go ahead and just put it in your pieces like that. So you want 3/4 cup of butter. You want it cubed up. Want it cold and cubed. I'm going to leave some because I don't have any more thawed out. I keep this in the freezer once I buy it on sale, and I need some for our biscuits, so I'm not going to put any more. That'll be about 3/4 cup. Now we'll get our little dough thing. You know, y'all can do this in your food processor. Add all that with your cold cubed butter and pulse it 1 to 2 minutes until that butter becomes pea-sized and the flour is fine in a crumbly texture. So that's what I'm going to do right here. We're going to do it by hand, and then we'll check it. Thank you, Dee. Dee bought this. She wanted to know. She sent me a tip, and my handle had broke out of my dough mixer. So I went and got this one. Thank you, Dee, because that was very kind of you, and every time I use it, I think of you. Okay, we're just going to sit here and get that in there. Get that where it's kind of like saying, if you do it in that food processor, now it don't take as long. But I don't have one of these. Go get you one. These dough things save me a lot of time. I've got those others that's kind of a hook and this and that, but I like this kind. Okay, I think that's going to be, see, that's pretty crumbly. Y'all see how crumbly that is? I think we'll be fine there. Okay. Now then, we've got our yeast here. See how it's frothed up? See them little frothies? We're just going to put that in there. It's like that. Then we're going to See how that is kind of curdled? You see those white, it's kind of curdled in there? That's what you want. Okay, I'll just put that all in that bowl. Like that. And bring that together. Saturate it. Now once that hits that baking soda and all that, it will start getting kind of doughy, wet dough. Want to get it all out of here. Let it set for a little bit. Okay, we've got that pretty good. Okay, let's see. I need to get my dough. Let's see. I've got my old one. I guess I could use my old one, or do I want I've got this old Tupperware one I like a lot, but I guess I better. Let me get this one. This one here, if I wet it, it'll stick to that stove, and I don't have to turn it the right way today. You just take a little water and put it on you, like this glass stove or your cabinet. It sucks that down on there, and then you don't have to worry about it. Get out of the way, you old rooster. Okay. Pull it back a little bit. So that's about all we'll need. Not a lot of room. But just stick that like that. That's plenty of. Put that push down there. Let me get a cup towel. Let me get one of my pink cup towels. I washed these in with a red dish towel and come out pink towels. But you know what you gotta do, don't you? All right. Okay, so I've turned that dough out here onto my board. I'm just going to put flour on it because I got my bench scraper. I just want to get some more flour incorporated into this biscuit dough. You don't want to work it too much, but you don't want to make sure that it's worked. If not, it'll be too liquefied and your biscuits won't set up properly. So you just kind of knead it. Pour in the flour and knead it. I like that. You want it to where it'll stay together once you cut it. So it'll take, you want your tops kind of flat here. There's one of those little cloves that I had I guess I had it in my flour from my apple pie day before yesterday. Okay, we want that about a 1/2 inch, y'all. We want those about a 1/2 inch. Get your black iron skillet. Take your biscuit cutter, go straight down, turn. Okay? Put those right in your pan. Straight down, turn. Put them right in your pan. Remember to go straight down and turn though. If you don't, they don't rise like they should, and they'll be flatter than a flitter, as they say. Let's move that one over. Get that one in there. Okay. There you go. Now we get one last big one right there in the middle. Okay. There's the biscuits. I'm going to use these in a smaller pan here in just a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little of this sweet cream butter, olive oil. I'm just going to drizzle it kind of around in my pan, kind of around in those biscuits. Just kind of like that. About like that right there. And I'll go ahead and kind of rub that on the top a little bit on your biscuit there. Now we'll put these in our oven.